self-proclaimed by those men and women sailors on that boat to be the biggest, baddest boat in the ocean.
Palm Coast Mayor David Alfin says the aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. Ford is now a sister city to Palm Coast, signifying a long-term relationship between the two.
This is, as far as we know, the first time a Florida city, or perhaps any city, has adopted a United States aircraft carrier. So is now officially, I delivered a proclamation to the ship with a key to the city. So they are now officially a sister city of the city of Palm Coast.
The proclamation came as the city declared November Veterans Appreciation Month.
The Navy ship is a city at sea, but this is with respect to every veteran from every branch of the service here in the city of Palm Coast, and we look forward to seeing every one of you at the upcoming celebration.
The city of Palm Coast and Flagler County will combine efforts to mark Veterans Day next Friday, November 11th at 10 a.m. in Central Park in Town Center. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. A new opioid recovery treatment program launching in Flagler County will work. Local officials say it's been tested.
The program is called Coordinated Opioid Recovery, and Flagler County Health Officer Bob Snyder says it began in 2019 as a pilot program in Palm Beach County.
There's got to be a systematic way of stopping these folks from being what we call frequent flyers in the ER, and it's got to be a different way. And we need a physician to be at the helm as the captain of the ship. And it takes more than one player to make sure that we can impact people's lives and get them on a path to sobriety. 76% effective rate. Those suffering some substance use disorders in Palm Beach County are now still sober 3 years later.
Advent Health is one of the participants in the new program.
They're a real key partner because the ED docs will now provide buprenorphine and other true medications, knowing that they can hand off to someone on an outpatient basis in the community to continue the treatment. And so it's going to change their whole approach as well.
Flagler County ranks 8th out of all counties in Florida for drug overdose deaths per capita. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
Municipal leaders from across Flagler County benefit by coming together for a capital improvement project summit.
For the second year running, Palm Coast hosted a capital improvements project summit for Flagler County and all municipal partners to discuss their projects planned for the next 5 years. Palm Coast City Manager Denise Bevan likes strengthening relationships.
We believe it was a very successful summit, specifically about just being able to share our long-term vision and our priority projects and seek solutions and how we can support each other.
Locally, the summit benefited Palm Coast, too.
For our team, for the city of Palm Coast, it was important to continually build the relationships that are already very strong and making sure that we were exchanging information so the entire county can be on the same page of what's happening in our town.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
We are the largest community boat parade in the entire state of Florida, and that is really something for our wonderful community.
And registration is now open for the 2022 Palm Coast Holiday Boat Parade. The parade is open to boats from canoes and pontoons to yachts. Sarah Eulis is chair of the parade.
Last year we had 74, and I've been counting the number of boats reported in the major cities in Florida for last year and the year before, and they're not even close. This is Tampa, Florida, Palm Beach, Sacramento, Daytona, St. Augustine. We're far above that. We've demonstrated that we can do such a wonderful job. I think that people will be encouraged, if they haven't been into it in the parade before, to come and be part of it.
Eulis outlines the parade route.
It starts at the Cimarron Basin and goes all the way down to the Grand Haven gazebo, turns there, and then people go all the way back and then disperse back, and it takes about 45 minutes. Maybe talk longer now because we have more boats. But we are working with the sheriff's office to make sure that there are no gaps in the parade.
Participation costs nothing and there's no prize. It's just all about decorating your boat and having a good time. The parade will be broadcast live by Flagler Broadcasting, with the Grand Marshals being Palm Coast Mayor David Alphin and Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley. This year's parade is being held in honor of the late Joe Rizzo, a longtime champion of Flagler schools and executive director of the Flagler Education Foundation. Register at palmcoastyachtclub.com. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
Who can be a part of the Citizen Observer Patrol?
The head of COP, Roberson Brown, said of the current 75-member force, not everybody has been in law enforcement.
You could be a business person, or average citizen, or retired military, or retired law enforcement. We have several people that have been firefighters, militaries, even some that have been judges.
Brown said that COP does not do the dangerous work, but acts as eyes and ears for those who do. He said that they do let law enforcement know what they're seeing so that cops can handle the situation. Brown said that by next year, they hope to have about 110 members of COP. Listen to Common Grounds on Sunday mornings at 10 here on WNZF, anytime on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, the deets about the gig. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.